I wanted to do a little bit of an introduction about us. So we are Stellar Cyber, and we actually, if you go to our website, it's stellarcyber.ai. So we started the company AI ready from the day one, and this is 10 years ago. We quickly acknowledged having AI capabilities is going to help us build a more secure, more intelligent, more automated security operations platform. So we were early on since the inception when AI was being introduced in the marketplace as a technology to enable systems and security operations. And we've evolved, right? We started day one with machine learning. We keep layering on different AI capabilities towards today in LLMs and Gen AI capabilities, as well as now in the agentic AI, which is the journey we're helping customers move to even more autonomous SOC type capabilities. So when we built the product and the company, we acknowledged a couple of things we thought were going to be important. In the previous tools that were available in the market to solve security was proliferated by many tools, which were expensive and they're very complex to manage. So you'd have SIEMs to manage logs, you would have different tools to manage identity protection, different tools to manage, the cloud versus the network. We said we want to provide a simple platform, a unified platform that can do all different layers of security operations so we can get any surface attack, whether it's in the cloud, it's in the network, or any location, and be able to do all sort of looking at the data enrichment, being able to use AI to be able to correlate and quickly identify where the different alert threats are and how to respond quickly. So we understood that we want to serve the market as a unified platform, not having to buy multiple tools. The second thing we quickly recognized there was an unserved market. Security has become, as you know, even more prominent of an issue, not only with large enterprises, but every size of an organization. So we wanted to go serve the market that was not well served, which is the mid-market and below, through MSSPs. Because MSSPs have the capability and the skill set to build out a security operation, and they can serve these customers who don't have the budget or the skills to build out an army of security operation, which large enterprises can. So that was the second tenet of our kind of the strategy of going to market so that we can serve a broader marketplace. And because we're serving that MSSP marketplace, we also made sure from day one it is MSSP friendly, meaning it's multi-tenant, it can be able to manage multiple customers. So kind of the key thing is we're Stellar Cyber.ai. We're all about AI from day one, and we've evolved. We've just announced also the next generation of our AI path and journey, which is the human augmented autonomous SOC, which is to build the capability of our platform to be even more intelligent with agentic AI. I call them my digital agent army. So they're doing a lot of the work that you would have to have security analysts. So this allows us to build a more automated and learning system so that we can focus on quickly identifying the threats and quickly find out how to resolve the issue. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, as I talked about, was, we wanted to go to market with a unified platform. So let me talk to you about what we're hearing from our customers and what we've done in the product. So number one is there are different ways that you can, our customers are seeing threats coming, right? Like I said, it couldn't be in the network. If you're manufacturing, it could be an OT device. SaaS is growing, right? So they can be through the applications, your mail systems. Phishing is important. So one thing we're doing is increasing the breadth of capabilities of our unified platform. We actually are acknowledged, Gartner talks about it in one of the leaders in having a unified NDR, which is network detection and response, built into our platform. So you can do deep network investigation and forensics. You can also do OT if you're a manufacturing firm. So NDR has been a key focus, expanding that capability, being able to reset, if there's a threat from the network. You can do that from our platform. Identity is one. As you can imagine, you have bad actors. When somebody broaches into your network, you want to be able to quickly identify the issue. So we have capabilities to understand if there's a phishing attack or there's a lateral movement. So we call it like impossible traveling, for example. So for example, if somebody reset a password, you want to understand, was it done because they had, all of us try to log in and we tend to reset when we can't get in, which, is not probably a security threat. But what if that person or when you start investing through our tool, you find, hey, it was me. I'm based out of Austin, Texas. I reset my password. That's what the system told me. But the place that I did the reset was in Moscow. So then you know something bad happened. Somebody else is encroached into our system. So we're able to kind of look at all those types of events and then identity views so that we can understand. So identity is important. NDR is very important, as well as we have the capability to do user analytics, as well as also cloud. So we're able to do cloud detection and response, especially in the Oracle environment, which our platform is hosted. So we continue to expand the breadth. And the beauty of our platform is it's AI layered. From the point we get security threats in, AI takes over in terms of understanding how to enrich the data, be able to then look at similar cases of similar threats. So we believe you can't just look at alerts, you have to look at case. So we continuously evolve the unified platform. The other big area is we're open, and that's, I think, a key differentiator, meaning we don't force you to buy one EDR or the other. So we're extremely open. We have an ecosystem of partnerships like ESET, CrowdStrike, and others that you can choose whatever endpoint management you want. We will be able to. So this is very important for especially the mid-market and others, and even enterprises. They don't want to get locked in by one vendor or the other. So we're extremely open and unified. So next, I want to talk about where do we go from here. So we talked about we were kind of the early leaders of building an AI-based platform. We are now taking it to the next level. While AI is helping us do things faster and be able to be more intelligent, AI is also helping threat actors. So the volume of threats that are happening by using LLMs has gone up, 10 to 100x times. What does that mean? That means all the organizations are going to see much more threats coming in. And you'll have to then, it's like finding a needle in a haystack to know which ones are truly a threat. The only way you can do that today has been by keep adding SOC analysts. That is not a scalable model, right? These small businesses, mid-market, even enterprises cannot keep throwing bodies to solve the problem. So the world is moving towards what we call the autonomous SOC. And when I say autonomous, it's really the whole idea is we're building agentic AI agents. I call them my digital agent. This is my army that's doing a lot of the work that human were doing so that we can quickly sift through the hundreds or millions of alerts that are coming in. And then we can narrow it down to the ones we call true positive. Focus on these, right? In the old days, you'd have to kind of do this for days or weeks. Now we can do this in minutes. And that's the beauty of the autonomous SOC. One thing that's different, we believe in a human augmented autonomous SOC. So by nature, you think of autonomous SOC like driving an autonomous car, there's no driver. We don't think the world is not going to require humans. I think humans are going to be actually more important. The autonomous SOC that Stellar Cyber is building is human augmented, meaning it learns from the human. It understands how to take actions from the human, as well as be able to make directionally change that you need to do. So we truly believe humans are going to become more intelligent through the agentic AI capabilities, but they'll be integral in terms of managing the autonomy of the SOC. So we're going to give autonomy to the agents to be able to do a lot of the tedious tasks, to be able to filter and narrow down what the true positive or alerts are. We're one of the leaders, or actually the leader in case management, meaning we correlate different types of alerts into cases so that we know which ones to focus on. And now we're kind of taking it to the next level of automation through autonomous SOC. We are building now a capability that's fully automated using these agentic AI. We've introduced the capability of quickly deciphering if you have a phishing email. Big problem. It's usually the door entry to many bad things. So within minutes, you're able to understand, is this really a bad URL, or is this a link you shouldn't be, or an attachment you should not be opening? So we're adding that to be able to do auto triage capabilities. Same thing around alerts, right? So when you have these thousands or millions of alerts, we want the SOC to be able to be more intelligent, very quickly have the agents say, focus on these 100 or focus on these 10, right? So that allows us to have a more scalable and economical model for the MSSPs who are serving these different customers. You're not throwing headcount which is a big problem with the labor shortage we have, but we're making the system intelligent and more automated to be able to solve the problem. So we truly believe that, we are the leaders in building an AI-based solution. We are the leaders in creating a unified platform. I think the days of, I used to call them tool sprawl, right? Same thing's happening in the security world. We don't think it's best served that you have multiple tools to solve the problem. You need to have a platform that's open but extensible. And then because we kind of were the leaders in AI from the day one, we're ahead in terms of where AI is also going to take us to the journey in the future, which is the human augmented autonomous SOC.